Bills fans, an unexpected situation is starting to draw attention within the franchise, and some fans have noticed what's really going on. A recent team decision has generated questions, speculation, and many doubts about the plans for the 2026 season. Now, one of the most important voices on the roster has decided to speak out, and the message sent could completely change our perspective on this. Stay with me until the end, because the details that have emerged in the last few hours are causing quite a stir in Buffalo. When the Buffalo Bills moved up in the draft to select Davison Igbinosun, many came to the same conclusion. Had Maxwell Hairston lost his place on the team? The answer has begun to appear now, and the statement from defensive coordinator Jim Leonhard may surprise many. The Buffalo Bills' secondary defense is becoming increasingly competitive. In recent months, the team has added more talent to the cornerback group, increasing competition for playing time and raising questions about who will actually be the starter when the season begins. Among the most talked about names is Maxwell Hairston, selected in the first round of the 2025 draft by the Buffalo Bills, 30th overall. Hairston arrived with high expectations due to his speed and athleticism. However, his rookie season was marked by injuries that limited his participation to just 11 games. Even so, Jim Leonhard made a point of making it clear that the coaching staff's confidence remains intact. In a recent interview, the defensive coordinator stated that he has always been a big admirer of Hairston since his college days and stressed that Igbinosun's arrival does not represent a loss of confidence in the young defender. According to Leonhard, the Bills simply understood that they needed to increase depth at the position. In his view, to win in the NFL, it is necessary to pressure the quarterback and cover the receivers well, and therefore, over time, there will be more options on the roster. But the greatest praise came when the coach spoke about Hairston's personality. Leonhard highlighted that the cornerback is pure energy all the time. According to him, Hairston is a football player who loves to train and absorb all the guidance from the coaching staff. For the coordinator, this combination of passion for the sport and elite physical talent is what makes the player so special. There is only one concern: health. Leonhard stated that the biggest challenge for Hairston will continue to be his health throughout the season. The Bills' goal is to help him fully adapt to the physical demands of the NFL to avoid the problems that limited his development last year. And the most interesting thing is that Hairston himself showed no concern about the arrival of Davison Igbinosun. On the contrary, the defender revealed that he was excited when he saw the Bills select the cornerback from Ohio State. According to him, his first thought was that the secondary defense was getting younger and stronger. In addition, Hairston spent the entire preseason focused on strengthening his body. The player revealed that his #1 priority was to fully recover his physical condition and gain muscle mass to have more resistance to injuries. The final message seems clear. Despite strong competition, the Bills continue to place great confidence in Maxwell Hairston. Now, everything will depend on his ability to stay healthy and translate his enormous potential into results on the field. James Cook just had the best season of his career, but a new prediction is drawing attention throughout the NFL, suggesting that the Bills star may be about to lose one of the most important titles he has ever won. Last season, Cook wrote his name in franchise history by finishing as the NFL leader in yards. It was a thrilling race until the finals. Henry came very close to overtaking him, but fell behind after Baltimore prevented him from playing in the last game of the season. Now, however, some experts believe the scenario could change completely. Analyst Gary Davenport of Bleacher Report made a bold prediction for 2026. According to him, Derrick Henry, even at 32 years old, Henry continues to produce at a very high level. Last season, he finished with 1,595 yards, second only to Cook. Furthermore, he remains one of the most used and efficient running backs in the league. Davenport believes that the volume of investment will remain high in Baltimore, which may be enough to put Henry back at the top of the NFL. The Ravens' new coach, Jesse Minter, also made a point of praising the veteran. According to him, Henry serves as an example for the entire organization for his dedication to training and constant pursuit of improvement, even after so many years of success. But before Bills fans worry, there's another side to this story. James Cook continues to be seen as one of the biggest deals in the NFL. After an offseason marked by contract negotiations, Buffalo finally reached an extension agreement with the running back. The contract was considered fair at the time. However, after Cook's spectacular season, many analysts believe the deal represents even greater value for their running back. His explosiveness, court vision, balance after contact, and agility place him among the most dangerous players at his position. Furthermore, numerous statistical titles. Therefore, even if Davenport's prediction comes true and Derrick Henry finishes ahead in rushing touchdowns, the reality is that the many fans are focused solely on the starters. A silent battle is about to begin within the Buffalo Bills, and for some players, training camp could define the future of strongest in the NFL for 2026. But that doesn't mean all the spots are guaranteed. Quite the contrary. Several athletes arrive at training camp knowing they will need to fight to remain on the final 53-man roster. The first name is Damar Hamlin. The safety position has undergone significant changes. Buffalo brought in Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Geno Stone, and also also added Jaylon Kilgore to the group. With so much competition, Hamlin enters the race without guarantees and will need to impress quickly to remain in the team's plans. Another player under pressure is linebacker Jimmy Chiarlo. Beloved by some fans during the last preseason, he faced strong competition. Caleb Alarms Orr, Joe Andreessen, Dorian Williams, and Keonta Jenkins lead the competition, putting Chiarlo in a difficult situation. Among the receivers, McCole Hardman Jr. is also under pressure. The arrival of DJ Moore and the selection of Skylar Bell have significantly increased the quality of the group. Hardman will have to prove his worth, especially in crucial moments, if he wants to remain on the roster. At cornerback, Daryl Porter Jr. faces a perhaps even more complicated situation. Even with a familiar last name to Bills fans, he has lost playing time after the team's recent draft picks in 2025 and 2026. His continued presence will depend on a near-perfect preseason. Another name mentioned is Mike Dana. The pass rusher recently arrived from the Chiefs, bringing experience and new ideas. However, he competes for playing time with young talents and players considered important pieces for the franchise's future. His experience may help him, but nothing is guaranteed. Finally, we have Tylan Grable. The Bills' offensive line has impressive depth, and the arrival of new players has made the competition even fiercer. Grable still has a real chance of not being cut, but he will need to prove his worth daily. The main point is that these international competitions can be as important as any high-level signing. Every year, unexpected players emerge during training camp. Similarly, established names end up falling by the wayside. After everything we've seen today, which of these stories worries you most for the Bills' 2026 season? The competition involving Max Hairston in the secondary, the possibility of James Cook losing the running back title to Derrick Henry, or the various renowned players who may leave the roster after training camp? Comment your opinion and let's discuss, because your answer may reveal the Bills' biggest challenge even before the season begins. Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to bring you the latest Buffalo Bills news.